Mr. President, I come to the floor this morning to give the first of what may turn out to be many speeches on a subject that affects every single American. The question is the rising cost of prescription drugs in this country. In 1923, almost 100 years ago, researchers were awarded the Nobel Prize for the groundbreaking discovery of insulin to treat diabetes. 1923. The chief scientist in the discovery was Dr. Frederick Banting. He believed that insulin should be accessible to everyone. His team sold the patent to the University of Toronto for $1 so that, quote, no one could secure a profitable monopoly, close quote, on the production of insulin. Take a look at the chart, which maps the increases in price. Eli Lilly's blockbuster insulin drug, Humalog, introduced in 1996 at a cost of $21. By 2019, the cost is $329. Sanofi's Lantus. It was $35 when it came to the market in 2001. It now costs $270. The insulin drug Novo Nordisk Novolog, $40 in 2001. By 2018, $289 for insulin. There are 30 million Americans who live with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, almost 10% of our population. Approximately 7.5 million of them rely on insulin to manage their blood sugar levels. It's a matter of life and death. A recent study found that 1/4 of patients who rely on insulin have been forced to ration their doses due to cost, basically in contravention of the advice of their doctors. How is it in the richest country on earth, patients are having to ration their insulin, start GoFundMe websites just to survive? How can the most common life and death drug be so expensive? Well, first off, the United States is an outlier. The same companies I'm talking about sell exactly the same drug in other countries around the world for a fraction of the cost. The United States represents only 15% of all the global insulin market, yet we generate more than 50% of pharma's revenue for this drug. Why? Why are we paying 5, 6, 7 times more in the United States for exactly the same drug? Because the governments of France and Canada care about the cost. What do we do in the United States? Nothing. 2 weeks ago, I received a little note from a constituent in Mount Vernon, Illinois. That's downstate, near where my father was born. He wrote that both he and his daughter had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 1997. At that time, their Humalog insulin cost $10. Today, he writes that it costs $300 a bottle, and he needs 6 bottles a month. His costs have risen, monthly cost, from $600 to $1,800. Here's what he said in his letter. At some point, drug companies must be held to account for the actions they are taking. Their cost increases are causing American citizens to choose between insulin and eating in many cases. I'm tired of listening to all the excuses. What is it going to take for Congress to do its job? I agree with my constituent. Congress needs to step up and demand real change. The sky-high cost of life or death insulin is literally killing Americans.